we have got a brilliant panel. So Emma Carr, director of Big Brother Watch, she is going to be abusing the marketing industry for rampaging all over our consumer rights, and is going to be laying down the law on that. We've got Blake Cahill, Global Head of Digital and Social Marketing at Philips, and Matt Adams, Chief Media Officer at iProspect. They both come from the rampaging side of the argument. They're going to be rampaging over our consumer data, playing fast and loose with it. And then we've got a kind of referee on the far side, John Enser, partner at Olswang. The sheer excitement and frenzy of these folks when they think about all that data that they're going to get their hands on and how they're going to target me for health insurance and measure my steps and make sure that my heart rate is right. It's scary stuff, isn't it?
For us, it's about always trying to encourage from the beginning when you're developing a new product. And a lot of the people that I meet are so excited about the product that they're developing that they think it's going to change the world. And in times, it certainly changed the industry that they're operating in. But trying to think from the very beginning about the privacy concerns that people may have about the data that you're going to collect, the regulation and legislation that surrounds it, and then how you're going to deal with the amount of data that you're going to get once you start collecting it. Because obviously the more users you get, which is fantastic, the more data you're going to start getting, the more people you're going to hire who are going to have inquisitive minds, who are going to want to do interesting and speculative things about that data. But always thinking from the beginning, is it necessary for us to do this as part of our business model? Have we explained to our consumers, our users, how we're going to be using that data, and having that at the forefront and trying to have a transparent and open relationship with their users? There's this relationship now with corporations who are now being asked to hand over data about us and not necessarily being able to tell their users that that's happening. And so there's now a merge, I think, between the idea of Big Brother and seeing kind of the relationship between the state and the companies.
What excites you about this data? What is it going to enable companies like you to do in the future that they can't do now?
Now, we could learn things from that data. We could learn patterns, essentially, for what you do with your light in your house. And we could automate that for you. So maybe every day you came home, if you wanted to, we would have the lights on for you. So I think it really depends on the type of data or the value exchange that the customer is comfortable having with that brand or that product.
You're a believer. You believe that the data is telling the truth, and we're learning valuable insights from it.
We are a believer in it because we see that it works. You know, and we're in the beneficial place as an agency to be able to see what conversions, what actions might come that the brand's trying to achieve, whether that's a sale or whether that's an engagement with the brand, on the basis of actually doing that advertising.
The more they know about you, the fact that they know it's your birthday, for instance, is going to start creeping some people out.
All brands and all consumers need to have a very transparent exchange of that data. So I think, you know, brands need to be very responsible and transparent with the use of that data. We see a lot of brands using tools like preference centers where they can go in and they can choose what it is they want to share, what it is they don't want to share.
We've also got to make sure that we keep seeing humans as humans, that not as data dots on a piece of paper or as almost robots. And I think, you know, the example that I saw recently was that somebody was going to have something equivalent to an ankle monitor, and it would dictate when they go for toilet breaks, exactly where they are in a warehouse.
What's wrong with that?
How fast they're moving around. Well, exactly. But it's a case of, as I said earlier, for the employees, it was something that was going to be done to them, not with them.
People will give their data in a confined way if there is a material benefit to them coming back. And again, if it's done in an open, responsible and transparent way.
And if people are not perceiving that they get value back, then the quality of the data goes down. I mean, how many people in this room have got a Hotmail account or a Gmail account that they just use to sign up for stuff? If you as a marketer want valuable information and not people at mickey@mouse.com, then you need to be able to give them something back in return.
Is there a market in this data, and is it actually capped by those privacy concerns?
We did a big hackathon in Holland last fall, and we brought in the big supermarket vendor and their loyalty card, airlines, ourselves. And one of the most interesting, they were the second place winner of the hackathon, and I use this as an example. They took all the information of your purchases and they looked at the expiry date of when the food was going to expire, and they connected to an open API of the Food Bank of the Netherlands. So basically, they built an app that could basically, on a daily basis, say what was going to expire in your house, put it in a basket, put it in front of your door, the food bank could pick it up. So when I think of, like, there's so many good uses of data
definitely.
as well, just to counter the big brotherness of this panel right now. There is a lot of value, I think, for the customer, you know, as they, you know, see higher value from an exchange. And I think there's a lot of social good that can come out of mashed up open source data. But at the end of the day, the customer owns the data, in my opinion, and they have to be the ones willing to share whatever level they want. And I think the brand's a steward of that data. And I think the brands of tomorrow, they won't exist if they are not governing that data.
We're excited about data, but we're cautious too. Thank you very much to the panel.